Whenever I open a video about Ghana, the next thing I'll hear is someone dragging Nigeria into the conversation and trying to compete them against each other. And when I open a video about Nigeria, the next thing I'll hear is someone dragging Ghana into the conversation and making the two countries compete against each other. And to me, that one, I call it cheap talk. It's cheap talk. It is something that is not even necessary, that is useless, the most useless conversation that I'll ever hear on the internet. Most of the people that do this thing, they do it for the views or actually for the money. Of course, that comes after views, getting views on YouTube, getting monetized and getting views on Facebook and making the money and everything. But again, we can do it in a better way. I believe every country has something that they have that is unique to them, and they really can do it alone, or they are leading in that thing. But it doesn't make the other country being poor or being like so low in that very thing, or maybe not being having any strength that they really have that the other country doesn't own. So we can talk about Ghana without talking about Nigeria. We can talk about Nigeria without talking about South Africa. We can talk about Zimbabwe without talking about Zambia, and so on and so on and so on. I'm a Ugandan and I have my neighbor Kenya and I have my neighbor Rwanda. There are some issues that may come up and they may arise. But it doesn't make any sense if any person, even if they're in East Africa or they're outside East Africa, when they're discussing these two countries, they drag them into a competition that is unnecessary. That you're spreading you're creating actually unnecessary disagreements that are not even important in the future. Let me show you an example. I've made several videos about Nigeria, Ghana, and Kenya, Tanzania, mostly about music. Yeah, because I make so many videos about music, about African music, and mostly Afrobeat. And I've done several videos about Nigerian music and the Nigerian entertainment industry because I follow it so much and I really admire it. So when I'm doing videos about, making videos about Nigerian entertainment industry, I don't want to make videos about Nigeria versus Uganda, or Nigeria versus Kenya, or Tanzania versus Nigeria, or something like that. I give you what I think about Nigeria, what I think about their music, what I believe in, and what I think has made them be what they are. What I love about the music, what I love about the musicians, the artists, and everything in Nigeria. And then the next thing I talk about, Ghana, I'll tell you what I love about Ghana, what we Ugandans love about Ghana music, the people we know, the actors we know, and everything about that country. I'm not going to tell you that Nigeria is better than this country in this and this and this, because we all know Nigeria is on top when it comes to entertainment. Ghana is on top in its own way. Cameroon has what they are best for. And Uganda has what they are best for. South Africa has what they are best for. But when we drag ourselves into competitions that are not even necessary, I was telling you last time, for people that have traveled, you will understand that people don't even differentiate between us. Like when people see a person from Ghana and another one from Nigeria and another one from Uganda, they'll just call us the nearest country they know. They just say, you're from Angola, are you from Nigeria? Are you from Uganda? Because that's the country they really know, because we are all blacks. Like you can see Asians, if you've not been to Asia, you call all of them Chinese. You call it a Thai person Chinese, you call a person from Laos Chinese, you call it Vietnamese Chinese, and like that. So dragging ourselves into unnecessary competitions, unnecessary wars that are not even important. Let us just talk about countries in particular. For example, travelers, those people that do travel vlogs, I really love them. They will come out and show you what is good in Zimbabwe, and the next day they will show you what is good in Zambia, the next day they will show you what is good in Nigeria, the next day they will show you what is good in South Africa. That is what is so important, okay? Show us what is good about a particular country and show us what is good about the next country and show us what is good about the next country. Okay? If you want to tell us what is bad about Nigeria, tell us what is bad about Nigeria as a Nigerian, and tell us what is bad about Ghana, and tell us what is bad about Uganda, tell us what is bad about Kenya or Cameroon or any other country. But don't just come and start dragging two countries into war. That doesn't work anywhere. It has never worked anywhere, not even in Europe, in Asia, or everywhere. Competition works like this because it's automatic, okay? we can't say like we are going to stop competition, that it's not going to happen, it's not going to be there. But this is how it works. Let it come automatically without you pushing it and pushing it and pushing it. Because if someone or if a particular country is number one in a particular sector, for example, entertainment or football or hiking or any other thing, it is going to be number one, even if you drag the competitions, even if you push them into something that they are not doing, they're going to be number one in that particular thing. So these things will come automatically. People will be given positions automatically. People will be winning automatically. For example, when it comes to marathons and like athletics, you see that how East African countries perform. Like, they're not the richest. They don't have the best yards. They don't have the best like stadiums. They don't have the best like running places or runways or anything. But they are still, when it comes to marathons and running and athletics, they're still doing well. For example, Kenya and Uganda, okay? They always win medals and medals and medals almost each and every single year. But it doesn't mean that we have to come and say, Ugandan athletics versus Nigerian athletics, or Kenyan athletics versus Rwandans, or what, okay? Let us learn to embrace the good things that are in a country without dragging any other country in that thing. That's what we are going to grow up. Whenever I bring about topics like these ones, a lot of people will come out and say, no, being Africans, like being one in Africa will never work. That's cheap talk, okay? That is for you. And I know Roma wasn't built in just a single day, okay? You call it Roma, I call it Roma, I call it whatever I want. It wasn't built in a single day. It was a break after a break, a day after a day, a week after a week, a month after a month, until it became what it is. So we, the young generations, can bring what we want to have in our own continent. Let us stop dragging wars that are not even necessary at all. They are not necessary at all. We can talk about countries, we can talk about our music, we can talk about our entertainment without fighting or without causing wars that are not even necessary in our continent. My name is Sam Benefits. I make videos like this one almost every single day. So be sure to like this video, comment down below, and subscribe to my YouTube channel. See you in the next video.